Now, the battle over President Trump's immigration policy has spilled into the streets of Los Angeles.
Thousands of protesters flooding the city, blocking off a major freeway there and setting cars on fire as they clash with police and National Guard troops. Christina Fan is here in studio with the very latest for us. Christina.
Chris and Mary, good morning. Tensions in Los Angeles escalated Sunday as large crowds protested President Trump's immigration crackdown and his extraordinary deployment of National Guard troops. The majority of protesters have since dispersed, but law enforcement officers continue to stand watch this morning, responding to fires and reports of looting across the city. Earlier Sunday, demonstrators clashed with soldiers near the Metropolitan Detention Center as members of the National Guard used tear gas, rubber bullets, and flashbangs to control the crowd. Cars were set on fire and vandalized. A large group also blocked LA's 101 freeway. Protests began Friday over ongoing ICE operations and the presence of federal authorities in the city. California Governor Gavin Newsom slammed the president's military deployment over the weekend, calling it purposefully inflammatory, and accused President Trump of escalating the situation. The mayor of Los Angeles says she pleaded with the federal government not to use military force.
I was hoping to prevent this situation from happening. I was trying to encourage the administration that if they deployed the National Guard in Los Angeles, it would create a sense of chaos. It's the last thing our city needs. Our city is still trying to recover from the wildfires. To go from that situation to where we are now is just really tragic, and I think it's so unfortunate. It's the last thing Los Angeles needs.
The LAPD says at least 39 people have been arrested since protests began, and 3 law enforcement officers suffered minor injuries. President Trump said the National Guard was necessary because the California governor and Democrats failed to stop protests targeting immigration agents. This is the first time in decades the state's National Guard was activated without a request from the governor. Chris, back to you.
Christina, thank you. Here in New York City, advocates raising concerns about the conditions migrants are being held in after being arrested by ICE. 2 Democratic representatives say they were denied entry to the 10th floor of Federal Plaza amid reports of ramped-up ICE arrests. Representatives Adriano Espaillat and Nady Velasquez say they're calling for transparency. The president of the New York Immigration Coalition says they believe hundreds of people arrested at immigration appointments in Lower Manhattan are being held by ICE inside the building. They say they have reason to believe these people are being kept in inhumane conditions.
What we are seeing is that high school students, college students, fathers, mothers, children coming in and following the process that they are told to follow, if it's a check-in or a court hearing, and being snatched and disappeared.
We, as members of Congress, have the duly constitutional responsibility to exercise oversight in a place like this.
We reached out to ICE, and they're telling us they're executing the president's mission, going on to say that they are actively investigating immigration crimes throughout the 5 boroughs, Long Island, and the lower Hudson Valley.
And a demonstration is expected today in Lower Manhattan as President Trump's latest travel ban is now in effect. As of midnight, the ban impacts foreign nationals from 12 countries, mostly in the Middle East and Africa, and partially restricts entry from 7 others. The ban does not apply to permanent residents of the U.S. or travelers with existing visas. The president cited national security reasons. The rally being led by the New York Immigration Coalition will be this morning in Foley Square.